Technology is reshaping our lives. It dramatically changed the way we live, the way we learn, the way we work, and the way we communicate. Technology has tremendous potential to connect us with one another. But there are still people who remain unreached, disconnected, and deprived of digital opportunities. Tech4ED centers serve as hubs that enable skills training and job opportunities.
We have more than 4,000 registered users, and about 67% are women, and majority composed of students as our beneficiaries. And why women? Because we are gender responsive, so all our programs are aligned with the gender and development program of our province.
Na tutunan ko yung ibang skills na dapat sa ibang schools na dapat per years dapat maano mo lang dito ng mabilisan ng mga months, mga 3 months, makakuha mo lang agad tapos maka-work agad.
This program helped me by finding a job and of course gaining more confidence as well. I was able to gain knowledge about the BPOs, on how does the environment work and how am I going to interact with my future customers.
As of now, as I was the call center agent, so I see that difference because as of now I'm earning more than I have earned before as a tricycle driver.
If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Huwag magpabiktima. Baka makompromiso lang ang privacy mo.
OMG! Nanalo ko ng BMW! Pero wala naman akong sinalihan eh. Hi sir! Pa-fill up naman po ng online form namin with free gifts.
Yes, ako yun.
Sir, your 5 million peso loan has been approved. I need to verify your full name, address, and birth date.
My full name is...
Huwag magpabiktima sa mga modus na ganito. Ang personal information na ibinibigay mo ay maaaring magamit ng labag sa iyo. That is why privacy matters. Kakampi mo ang National Privacy Commission. Protektahan ang iyong right to privacy. Piliin ang pagkakatiwalaan ng personal information mo.
Asar no? Would you believe may naloloko pa rin ito? Minsan ang teknolohiya, hindi puro happy at lucky lang. Pag nakompromiso ang iyong personal information at privacy, maaari itong makasama sa ating finances, ekonomiya, social life, love life at iba pa. Halimbawa, pagbukas mo ng email mo, daming messages na nag-o-offer. Di mo naman knows. Daming stalker ah. Ganito kasi yan, bes. Nag-post ka sa social media. Nag-register ka sa isang event. Hiningi nila yung personal information mo. Dahil excited ka at libre, binigay mo naman. Yung personal info mo, minsan, pinapasa ito para sa profiling o direct marketing. Buti ganyan lang. Paano kung ganito? Shocking, no? Pero don't stress yourself dahil meron na tayong batas dyan. National Privacy Commission ang kakampi mo sa iyong right to privacy. Life goal natin, ang maayos at secure na processing ng personal information mo. Know your rights, bes. You have the right to be informed, right to object, right to access, right to rectification, right to erasure or blocking, right to damages, right to data portability, at right to file a complaint. Maaari mo itong ipadala sa complaints@privacy.gov.ph. Kung may iba ka pang katanungan, ipadala sa info@privacy.gov.ph. Galing, di ba? At kung may magkakasala, National Privacy Commission din ang kakampi mo. At may kaparusahan sa paglabag ng right to privacy mo. Bes, ikaw lang ang pwedeng magsabi kung kanino ka magtitiwala. Yan ang ibig sabihin ng privacy. Visit www.privacy.gov.ph.
Uy, Isa! Nakita mo na ba yung bagong launch ng Pineapple laptop?
Hindi pa, patingin nga. Wow, ang ganda niya na. I really have to buy that one. But wait, what? $2,000 for that?
I know.
Ayokong mahal.
Check mo na lang sa ibang reseller. I'm sure may mas cheap pa.
Ito. This is way cheaper, right? Pwede na. Teka, isn't it too much for a single transaction? I might get scammed. Remember, for every transaction, only give out the necessary personal information. Isang paalala mula sa National Privacy Commission.
Can you do a research on this? I need it by the end of the day.
Okay, boss. So where should I start? Remember, only visit safe and trustworthy websites when searching online.
Isang paalala mula sa National Privacy Commission.
Grabe. Pagod na naman sa trabaho. Ha? Uy! Ngayon nga pala yun. Nasaan na cellphone ko? Ito. Flaming Thrones? Latest episode. Ba't ganun? Ang dami naman play button ito. Ha? Psst! Tandaan, beware of sites that could lead you to malware. Isang paalala mula sa National Privacy Commission.
Ay, anong oras na? Di pa rin ako tapos. Break nga muna. Uy, may shotstagram pala si Crush. Pakagawa nga ng account para ma-follow siya. Huh? Ano kaya? Gayahin ko na lang yung password ko sa Facebook. Psst! Tandaan, never use the same password on multiple accounts. Isang paalala mula sa National Privacy Commission.
Talaga? Let me check. Grant access to my location? Okay. Pati email address? Psst. Remember, be careful in downloading and granting permission to mobile applications, lalo na sa location mo. Isang paalala mula sa National Privacy Commission.
Kanina, tinawag na naman ako ni Miss Martin kasi ang ingay ko daw. Guys, ang hirap naman ng fraction homework ko.
Tingnan nga, madali lang yan.
May recital kami kaya ang daming practice.
Tatampo na nga ako sa'yo kasi hindi tayo halos nakakapag-usap eh.
Naman eh.
Siguro, ikaw ang star doon, ano? Ano costume mo? Pakita naman.
Nahihiya ako eh.
Sige na. Please.
Nak, dinner's ready.
Sige po, Dad. Susunod na po ako.
Maayong hapon sa inyong tanan and welcome to Negros Occidental Language and Information Technology Center Tech4ED Webinar Series. Today, we will get to know about Social Media Marketing 101. How is it helpful in reaching our target audience or target customer, easily and effectively. I know you are all very excited. And before we start our webinar, let's pause for a moment, say a prayer to be followed by the singing of Philippine National Anthem and the Negros Hymn.
O labing makagagahom nga amay namon sa langit, mahinuklugon nga laon nga tagtugas ang langit, hangin, kalayo, tubig kag duta. Tanda ining imong timawa, kabay ining pag-ampo, magadulot sa amon sang kabuhi nga himaya. Salamat sa mga bugay nga imo ginpaambit sa amon. Salamat sa kabuhi nga ginadulot mo sa amon nga himpit. Salamat sa maayo nga panahon kag ilabi na gid sang imo katutom sa amon. Bendisyone ang imo katawhan. Bendisyone ang ila mga palangabuhian. Bendisyone ang mga panggas sa amon mga talamnan. Bendisyone ang ilang nga paglugayawan sa iban nga kapungsuran. Kabay makalabot sila nga walay sablag sa ila pagapadulungan. Kag ilabi na gid, bendisyone ining isla sang Negros nga amon natawhan. Kinahalad namon ang ining pag-ampo para sa imo kadayawan.
Bayang magiliw kay sa silanganan, alam ng puso sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang inirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisihil. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw, may hilag ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kisap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdinigning, ang bituin at araw niyang kailan pa may magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhagit pansinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Ang hinigaya na pag may mga aki, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo. Sa kita kapamilya, pag-uligay, pag-itay, pag-ibong, madapat mag-aris kauswagan sa sikataon. Ang friends mo ikaw magkandong sa was ng lang, ang iyong dalaang talang sa kasahan. Ako't wala may mapiling sa kalulong, nanagantos ka nagaling sa ako. Ang matuot-tuot langit mo sa akin, isa katawagan, mabigalang tao, sa unang dampuan na isakripisyo, sa kauswagan, sa sikatao. Ang matuot-tuot langit mo sa akin, isa katawagan, mabigalang tao, sa unang dampuan na isakripisyo, paghulikan, paghigain, paghigugmang, dapat maghari para sa kauswagan ng sikataon.
Hello there once again. My name is Sally and I am your virtual host. It is with great joy that I welcome you all for today's webinar. This is a pioneering project of NOLITC Tech4ED Center, and this is free. So NOLITC also offers free online training under the Negros Occidental Training for Work Scholarship Program through the Office of Governor Eugenio Jose Bong Lacson under his 7-point priority agenda, Avance Negrense. And before anything else, allow me to introduce to you NOLITC. We are recognized nationally as Outstanding Tech4ED Center by the Department of Information and Communications Technology. In 2020, PhilSecNet awarded the center Pandemic Resilience Award because of its support to students and teachers category. And just recently, yes, TESDA awarded the center 3 stars for 3 registered qualifications of NOLITC. 2-star awards for Contact Center Services NC2, 2-star awards for Visual Graphic Design NC3, and 1-star award for our 2D animation NC3 qualification. So the 2-star awards recognizes the accomplishments and improvements of NOLITC and exemplifies that the institution meets the standards substantially above the threshold of competency-based training program delivery and program performance measures. So this webinar is NOLITC Tech4ED Center and the Province of Negros Occidental's contribution in this time of pandemic. Amidst the spike of COVID positive cases in the country with the Delta variant right now, even in this province, let us all stay at the comfort of our home, stay informed, and stay updated. This webinar originally a request from Bacolod City College Marketing Management Society. And yes, we entertain suggestions and recommendations of topics that you want us to tackle during our Tech4ED webinars. Please keep those suggestions coming and we will be glad to entertain those. To join, all you need to do is just to register once and you will be given access to the entire webinars. You need to sign up for your attendance at the start of the webinar and it will be open only for an hour. Yes, please take note of that. Right now, you can see on your screen, can you please scan the code, or you may find the link of the attendance on the description box. Yes, and right now, please, if you have QR code on your phone right now, you can just scan the code being flashed on your screen. Okay, I will give you time to do that. And once again, it will just be open for an hour. So if you have any questions later on for our resource speaker, please submit or your questions to the open forum link. The link as well is being provided in the description box, or you may scan the code being flashed on your screen. Yes, the open forum code. Yes, that's it. And of course, we assure you that we will provide digital certificates for as long as you have completed the attendance and submitted or accomplished the evaluation later after the webinar. So once again, I will just like to clarify that the evaluation link will just be open after the webinar, and it will be open until 6 in the evening. All right, so if you are watching through our Facebook live stream, please follow our page, give our page a thumbs up, and if you are watching through our YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button now. All right, so please do so. Napoleon Bonaparte once said, "A leader is a dealer of hope." Yes, this is essential if you want to become a follow-worthy leader. So people generally admire a person who plants the seed of hope in them. To welcome you all for today's webinar, let us have the leader who is a plantita at heart, who takes good care not just of her various plant collections, but her team as well. She planted a seed of hope in our hearts and generated motivation through the most difficult circumstances, especially with the ongoing pandemic. She exemplifies hopefulness, especially when things seem hopeless. She's no other than our vocational school administrator and our Tech4ED Center Manager, Dr. Maria Cristina Orbisido.
Hi, Sally. Thank you very much for that warm introduction. Hello to all our viewers from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, and from India. Hello. Thank you for joining us today. I would like to warmly welcome all of you to another NOLITC Tech4ED webinar. A pleasant welcome to our resource speakers from DICT Western Visayas. We have Mr. John Lauren Pejenko and Ms. Jessa Angeli Timelo. We would like to express our gratitude to RD Mario Coñado and staff of DICT Western Visayas for continuously collaborating with us. And of course, I want to mention DICT Negros Occidental, led by Engineer Romeo Tome. Thank you very much. A special shout out to all the students of Bacolod City College. Hello, especially to the Marketing Management Society. Thank you to Dr. Jing Bayoneta for collaborating with NOLITC. And thank you to the Marketing Management Society for organizing this webinar with us. NOLITC has been rolling out these webinars at the onset of the global health crisis. This is part of the COVID recovery program of the Province of Negros Occidental, led by the Office of the Governor. The goal of NOLITC Tech4ED Center is to empower, enable, and transform communities, especially during the global health crisis. This project is funded under the Gender and Development Fund of 2021. The province, led by our governor, Eugenio Jose Bong Lacson, has been implementing these measures that will help us survive and thrive during this pandemic. Today, you will learn about Social Media Marketing 101. The ongoing pandemic has had an impact on every aspect of our lives, from the way we spend our time, search, find, and buy products, and to the way businesses, brands, and marketers advertise and promote their products and services. In this webinar, you will learn some of the major impacts of COVID on social media marketing, what you can do about them, and the reasons why it should be used to thrive during these difficult times. Hence, no matter what type of social media platform you will use, the best way to increase your engagement with your followers is to focus on the quality of your content and the messaging and incorporate creative visuals to attract your audience. So, enjoy and have fun learning virtually. Let us take care of ourselves and each other. NOLITC inspires, NOLITC cares. Avance, Negrense.
Thank you so much, Dr. Orbisido. Yes, indeed, no matter what social media platform you are going to use to market your products, focus more on your content and creating visuals. So before we proceed, allow me to acknowledge our viewers. Wow, we have overwhelming participants right now. And Yes, our speaker will be very happy to know that at least we have 120 comments right now from Sir John Michael Gawan, okay, Rayo Kent Mijares, Rica Lamelam Babagos, yes, Kyla, and Christine Fonseca. Yes, good afternoon. And good afternoon to everyone, especially those from Bacolod City College, Marketing Management Society, and of course from SDO Cabancalan City, we have also viewers from our DepEd. Thank you so much. And of course, our viewer from India, Sir Prasant, thank you for joining us in today's webinar. Also, we would like to acknowledge BSIT University of Cagayan Valley, Carlos Hilado Memorial State College. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Without spoiling you any further, let's get into our main agenda for today. Our speaker is a digital citizen who has extensively studied people's behavior, being a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Psychology from University of San Agustin, Iloilo, and of course a future lawyer because he is currently taking Juris Doctor at Central Philippine University. He is young and very promising, I tell you. He holds a position as a training specialist at DICT Region 6. I am happy to introduce to you our speaker this afternoon, Sir John Lauren Pejenko. Sir Lauren?
Hi, ma'am. Good afternoon, and also to our participants from Bacolod City College and in India, and also sa BSIT University of Cagayan Valley Carlos Hilado Memorial State College. So, good afternoon to all of you who are present here. So, ma'am, thank you.
Yes, how are you?
I'm doing good, ma'am. Doing good.
That's nice to hear. So, how effective is social media marketing, sir?
Well, as of the moment, we are currently living in a digital state now because we are living in the comfort of our homes or kita sa quarantine state. So if we are just in our beds, chairs, or sa mga duyan nato, no? Or sa mga resting places nga comfortable kita, we only just use our phones or our devices to just scroll up or down. And sometimes we might find products that we need and being advertised in social media and also in different platforms. And if we are interested, we just click order and we just wait for the shipment to come in. So it's it's just easy. So buying stuff is just one click away, ma'am, and it's very effective in this pandemic right now.
You're very right, sir. And we can't wait to hear more of your explanation about social media marketing 101. So I will not hold you any longer. The floor or the virtual floor is now yours.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. All right, so once again, no, good afternoon to all of you. I'm really sorry if I cannot remove my mask now. It's just we follow some protocols inside the office. Right now, we are inside the training center of the ICT. So you might see someone behind me now. So please just consider us of the moment. All right, hold on. Let me just share my screen. All right. So good afternoon. Good afternoon. All right. All right, my screen is shared now. Perfect. So right now, we are going to talk about social media marketing. It's just the basics. So in recent years, digital marketing has exploded onto the marketing scene and its effects have been anything but small. Traditional marketers and old school companies have struggled to keep up with the ever-changing world of internet marketing, while customers, leads, and clients have become more adept in this new landscape. But companies right now can't afford to ignore the changes in the way people look to buy, and that is why they have stepped into the modern way of marketing. So, in this webinar, we will learn about the following topics. First, what is digital marketing and also the types. And we will focus on what is social media marketing, the 5 core pillars of social media marketing, the types of social media marketing and some examples, and why is it important. And I will show you just one slide in the traditional marketing versus digital marketing. And I will explain to you the benefits of it and some examples as well and how to do it. And I will have another speaker on on doing the digital marketing or the social media marketing. So let's proceed. Next slide. Perfect. What is digital marketing? Digital marketing is the practice of promoting products or services with the help of digital devices and technology. Also, it is called online marketing, internet advertising, or as we know it, digital marketing. Whatever you call it, marketing your company online is a big deal these days. After all, internet usage has more than doubled over the past decade, and this shift has massively affected of how people purchase products and interact with businesses. So, what is it? Digital marketing is like any other type of marketing. It's a way to connect with and influence your potential customers. The real difference is you connect with and influence those customers online. So walang walang physical interaction. However, may ara man kita sing physical interaction if we do meetups. So if somebody buys your product and you say may meet up ka mo sa mo nga place, I know some of you or all of you are familiar with that. So let's proceed. At a high level, digital marketing refers to advertising delivered through digital channels such as search engines, websites, social media, email, and mobile applications. Using these online media channels, digital marketing is the method by which companies endorse goods, services, and brands. Consumers heavily rely on digital means to research products. And in simple words, digital marketing is any form of marketing that occurs online with the help of mobile, laptop, internet, or devices that you have that has contact connectivity to the internet. In addition to digital signage and technology that may not be connected to the internet, it can range from anything as complex as automated email marketing all the way down to content choices on your website's blog. So now that you know what is digital marketing, let us proceed to the types of it. Right, next slide. The first one here is the search engine optimization. Actually, we have 11 types of digital marketing. So this is the first one. This is the process of optimizing your website to rank higher in search engine results pages, thereby increasing the amount of organic or free traffic your website receives. The channels that benefit from SEO include websites, blogs, and infographics. So there are a number of ways to approach SEO in order to generate qualified traffic to your website. These include on-page SEO, and this type of SEO focuses on all of the content that exists on the page when looking at the website. By researching keywords for their search volume and intent or meaning, you can answer questions for readers and rank higher on the search engine results pages those questions produce. So for example, no, familiar ka mo sing Google, di ba, and Yahoo. So if you type there any product that you want to search, eventually gina redirect ka mo sa Shopee or Lazada because ang ilang mga products per may gina search. So if naging sikat ina, by typing it sa search bar sang Google, madiretso ka mo dayon or ginalink ka mo dayon sa SEO or sa website nga ga-offer sina. So kay sila ang sikat or they are famous, they rank higher from everyone that you see on the results, even if it's 1 to 100 pages. So that is the effect of the on-page SEO. While sa off-page SEO, This type of SEO focuses on all of the activity that takes place off the page when looking to optimize your website. So this activity not on my own website could affect my ranking, you might ask. The answer is inbound links, also known as backlinks. The number of publishers that link to you and the relative authority of those publishers affect how highly you rank for the keywords you care about. By networking with other publishers, writing guests posts on these websites, and linking back to your website and generating external attention, you can earn the backlinks you need to move your website up on all the right SERPs. So, ang ini naman, the examples ini is the reviews. So, example may isa ka person who bought your product and did not like it. He might post it sa Facebook. And if he posts it on Facebook, for example, it's a bad review that encourages people not to buy your product. This is what it means on the off-page SEO. So, ginalink yung imo product sa ibang nga platform. So, may ara ka man review tuod sa mga platform. For example, your product was on Shopee and he reviewed it on Facebook. This is what we call the off-page SEO. So, some people might search bad reviews on this product and on Google, it will provide that Facebook link. So, that is the off-page SEO. And lastly, the technical SEO. This type focuses on the back end of your websites and how your pages are coded. Image compression, structured data, and CSS files optimization are all forms of technical SEO that can increase your website's loading speed. So this is an important ranking factor in the eyes of search engines like Google or Yahoo. So ang ini naman, in simple terms, if hinay mo website magload, hindi ka gid pagibutang sa first list or the first rank sa Google search or sa Yahoo. So you need a coder that will code the images to be small, no? So that the internet will load it fast. Or i-compress ya, at least hindi maya igo ang pixels, or mag-blur ba lang picture in simple words. So hindi man siya maggamay, but the right amount will do. That it's big enough for our eyes to see and understand what the picture means. And also, it's fast enough to load for our data consumption to use. All right, so enough with that. Let's proceed on the other type of digital marketing is the content marketing. This term denotes that the creation and promotion of content assets for the purposes of generating brand awareness, traffic growth, lead generation, and customers. The channels that can play a part in your content marketing strategy includes blog posts, ebooks and white papers, and infographics. For the blog post, writing and publishing articles on a company blog helps you demonstrate your industry expertise and generates organic search traffic for your business. This ultimately gives you more opportunities to convert website visitors into leads for your sales team. So if you have a very good reviewer, they might market you to another consumer. And it goes on and on after many customers will eventually buy your product. So for the ebooks and white papers and similar long-form content, it helps further educate website visitors. It also allows you to exchange content for a reader's contact information, generate leads for your company, and moving people through the buyer's journey. And lastly, the infographics. Well, all of you are aware and know the infographics. So sometimes readers want you to show and not to tell. Infographics are just a form of visual content that helps website visitors visualize a concept of what you want to help them learn. So for example, if you're selling a car, You just give them a brochure. You can actually go to a web page, some car dealer, for example, Nissan or Toyota, and you can directly go to their brochure, and you will learn about the car's basics, the transmission, the engine, the horsepower, and everything you want to know about the car. All right, moving forward, let's move to social media marketing. So this is what we are going to focus on later. However, let me just introduce you to them. So all of you are familiar with Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And I forgot to place here Instagram, the most commonly used application in the world. So this practice promotes your brand and your content on social media channels to increase brand awareness, drive traffic, and generate leads for your business. The channels that you can use are these one, and you need to use the most common one where people are always linked in. All right. Next is the pay-per-click. It is the paid ads on Facebook, the Twitter ad campaigns, or the sponsored messages on LinkedIn. So pay-per-click is a method of driving traffic to your website by paying a publisher every time your ad is clicked. And one of the most common types of pay-per-click is Google Ads. It allows you to pay for top slots on Google search engine at a price. So even if ikaw ang gina-search per missing tao and ikaw ang permi nga gina-post sang Google sa first list or the first rank. However, if there are some people who are willing to pay, they will come before you. So right now, if you want to search something, any product, there will always be Lazada or Shopee at the top of the list, not the first rank in Google search optimization. So this is also a type of digital marketing. And moving forward is affiliate marketing. This is a type of performance-based advertising where you receive commission for promoting someone else's products or services on your website. So for example, TikTok videos, YouTube reviews, or YouTube advertisements, or also Facebook advertisements. So you might see ang hindi man gid bala ang mga sikat nga products bala. For example, mga habon or soaps locally made. You might see that some of them are being advertised by social media influencers or TikTok videos. So some are slimming coffee, whitening soaps, ano pa gid ang iban? Mga herbal capsules nga example ang sa radyo ta na bila permi mabatian ang Koi herbal capsule. So type man na sing social media marketing no. Sang una permite lang batian sa radyo pero sang subong ni ara nakita mga video nga may arthritis siya tapos nang inom sa sang Koi herbal capsule doon nadula ko ng sakit. That is an example of affiliate marketing. The next one is native advertising. This refers to advertisements that are primarily content-led and featured on a platform alongside other non-paid content. So this examples are BuzzFeed sponsored posts. So you might see them na may ara man sila videos actually no. May ara sila page sa Facebook where you can search them. But many people consider social media advertising to be native. So Facebook advertising and Instagram advertising, for example. So those are just basics. Next is marketing automation. Email newsletters, social media post scheduling, lead nurturing workflows, and campaign tracking and reporting. Marketing automation refers to the software that serves to automate your basic marketing operations. Many marketing departments can automate repetitive tasks they would otherwise do manually. So these are the examples. One direct example is for gamers or people who play games. So if you are familiar with Steam, that's a gaming platform, no, where you can choose games, download them, and you will receive an email. Thank you for downloading this game. And once the events of that game are posted on their website, you will also receive an email offering you promotions. So that is not done manually. However, it is done automatically. So it's a system that generates those messages or offering those promotions directly to you. So you might feel special, no? Kunabi nga, may promo sila nga ginhatag sa akon. However, those are just like direct marketing strategies that you will receive from the company that you purchased the game. All right. Next here is email marketing. Almost the same as a marketing automation. However, some of these are done manually. So for example, isa ka shop, gamay man lang iya nga customers, tanto mga 10 or 15 people man lang. So once a customer will join them or be a member or an exclusive member, they will just register it on their list and send you direct emails. Next is online public relations. This one is very important because this is the practice of securing earned online coverage with digital publications, blogs, and other content-based websites. It's much likely traditional public relation, but in the online space. The channels you can use to maximize your public relations efforts include reporter outreach via social media, engaging online reviews of your company or shop, and engaging comments on your personal websites or blog. So you might notice sometimes, no, one Lasmol or ang product bisa Lasmol na butang ta Nike. Example is Nike. So you received a defective slides. Ang slides chinelas na sa nga social lang para sa to, joke lang to. Slides na sa chinelas na siya nga ang those strap lang na bala. So familiar man kamo sina siguro. So defective ang imo slides. So nag-post ka karon nga hindi legit pero gan recognize na sa sing Lasmol, asing Lazada nga Lasmol or legit sa. So eventually after a few hours or a few days, ang Nike nag-reply sa imo. So that is an example of online public relations, which is engaging online reviews of your company. So you stated there nga we will just replace it or the animo location so that we can send another one. So in order to build a customer and company relationship. All right, so next slide to hold on lang, naghanga ako niya PC. Wait lang. All right, next slide. Perfect. Inbound marketing. So it refers to a marketing methodology wherein you attract, engage, and delight customers at every stage of the buyer's journey. You can use every digital marketing tactic listed above earlier throughout an inbound marketing strategy to create a customer experience that works with the customer and not against them. So here are the classic examples of inbound marketing versus traditional marketing. Blogging versus pop advertisements. Video marketing versus commercial advertisements. And email contact lists versus email spam. So, ang common na lang gid ang i-explain ko, no? Sa email contact list, it will just directly go to your inbox. However, sa email spam, madiretso lang yun sa spam folder mo. So, amo na siya balang mga masabad yung email nga hindi ta per me ma-recognize. So, amo na siya ang inbound marketing. And lastly is the sponsored content. So with sponsored content, you as a brand pay another company or entity to create and promote content that discusses your brand or service in some way. One popular type of sponsored content is influencer marketing. So same lang siya kagi nasa isa taman ka type sang digital marketing, no? So with this type of sponsored content, a brand sponsors an influencer in its industry to publish posts or videos related to the company on social media. So an example kagina is the same lang ang TikTok or YouTube videos. Now let's dig in deeper sa social media marketing. All right, so let me see the comments. Ay. All right, sorry. I cannot see the comments. However, let's proceed. Social media marketing is the use of social media platforms to connect with your audience, to build your brand, increase sales, and drive website traffic. Sorry, was just checking the private comments. All right, going back, this involves publishing great content on your social media profiles, listening to and engaging your followers, analyzing your results, and running social media advertisements. The major social media platform right now are Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also YouTube actually. So there are also a range of social media management tools that help businesses to get the most out of social media platforms I have mentioned earlier. Guys, excuse me. My boss from the office just called. Hold on. Excuse me for a while. Just 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Hold on.
All right, so while we are still waiting for Sir John to go back in the room, okay, I would just like to take this opportunity to say thank you to our participants for joining us this afternoon. And of course, we would like to extend our thanks to Engineer Romeo Tome of the ICT Negros Occidental. Thank you so much. And Ma'am Priscilla Lozano, thank you. And of course, we would like to acknowledge the LNS president, or the Marketing and Management Society president, Bobby Jean Basher, for facilitating this webinar. And of course, to the LNS advisor, Dr. Randale Alojado, and Sir Eugene Yoganco for great facilitation as well. And to Ma'am Teresa Tarosa Villanueva, and the program coordinator of BCC, Paul Dennis Hirasmia. Thank you so much. SAS Coordinator, or SAS, Miss Merijin Alunan, and Dean Dr. Elias Alias, and the College Administrator of Bacolod City College, Dr. Johanna Ann Bayoneta. All right, so I guess our speaker, Sir Lauren, is now ready. Sir Lauren?
For that interruption, no? I had my boss call me for some errands to just send something to her. All right, so where was I? All right, back to my presentation. So moving forward, we have the 5 core pillars of social media marketing. So first, we have strategy. Before you drive right in and publish something on social media, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. The first step is to think about your social media strategy. So question yourself, what are your goals? Or which social media platforms do you want to focus on? And what type of content do you want to share? So on your goals, you need to also ask yourself, how can social media help you achieve your business goals? So some businesses use social media for increasing their brand awareness. Others use it for driving website traffic and sales. Social media also helps you generate engagement around your brand, create a community, and serve as a customer support channel for your customers. So you need to define those things before you start. And for the other question, or the second question, which social media platforms do do you want to focus on? The major social media platforms mentioned earlier are Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. So you need to choose what's best to market your product. However, there are also smaller and up and coming platforms such as Tumblr, TikTok, and messaging platforms such as Messenger, WhatsApp, and WeChat. So when starting out, it's better to pick a few platforms that you think your target audience is on to be on all platforms. And the last question, what type of content do you want to share? So, what type of content will attract your target audience best? So, for example, yung target audience nyo are teenagers. So, you need to create images or videos or links that is educational or entertaining. So, you need to choose whether your content should be offered to those audiences. So a good place to start is to create a marketing persona, which will help you answer these questions. And this doesn't have to be fixed forever. So you can always change your strategy according to how the social media or the hype or the trends or the trends that are being seen on social media. So, for example, right now, since it's election time, no, we don't see a lot of entertaining content. However, when Rastaman posted his filing for presidency, we had seen a lot of entertaining posts. But before that, others market Lenny Robredo with her uh, with her accomplishments and also her educational background, and also for the party of Bongbong Marcos. So you have seen a lot of educational posts from those parties. However, going back when Rastaman um, mentioned his running for presidency, we have a lot of entertaining posts, such as a picture where he has a Ghost Rider motorcycle, a tiger, and the Philippine flag. And also, if you had seen his motorcycle, it was a very entertaining post. And I cannot deny, I also shared one. So, moving forward, a lot of people had actually mentioned Rastaman, and after that, the online survey, which has showed us or it showed us how many people or social media mentions did the candidate receive. And we had seen before Lenny was on top, and however, when Rastaman showed up, he was on the top list. All right, so moving forward, we should go to planning and publishing. So, social media marketing for small businesses usually start with having a consistent presence on social media. So, no, if nabu pa or gamay pa yung mga shop or maliit pa yung shop mo, you usually tend to spend more time by checking the comments, checking the people who have visited your page, or checking the people who have viewed your stories. And eventually, you end up answering those questions attentively. So, it is close to 3 billion people have small shops. For example, isang product lang naman yung binebenta mo, just post it on Facebook Marketplace. And eventually, a lot of people will just comment or send you a message with the letters HM and a question mark. And you tend to reply to them eventually. So, by being present on social media platforms, you give your brand or product an opportunity to be discovered by your future customers. Publishing to social media is as simple as sharing a blog post, an image, or a video on social media platform. It's just like how you would share on your personal Facebook profile. Like you're hungry, you're busy, or you're feeling sad. And right now, since this pandemic has started, I have seen a lot of people who did not post feeling sick. So before we had seen a lot of people from BPO companies, if they want to be absent, they just post on their Facebook feeling sick, might not be coming in later. However, if you post that, people tend to go away from you because they will start to think that you have COVID. But going back, you will want to plan your content ahead of time instead of creating and publishing content spontaneously. And also, to ensure that you are maximizing your reach on social media, you need to publish great content that your audience likes at the right timing and frequency. So for this one, no one would want to buy some product na hindi naman aesthetically good on the post. So for example, you want to market your slides or your slippers, and that slipper has mud on it. Who would want to buy that product, right? So if you have like a slipper you want to sell, make sure to clean it, and also make sure to make a good background or use some filters to make it more appealing in the eyes of your customers. And on the next one here is listening and engagement. So as your business and social media following grow, conversations about your brand will also increase. People will comment on your social media post, tag you in their social media post, or message you directly, or post the hashtag of your post. People might even talk about your social brand without letting you know. So you will want to monitor those things or those social media conversations about your brand. If it's a positive comment, you get a chance to surprise and delight them. Otherwise, you can offer support and correct a situation before it gets worse. So you can manually check all your notifications across all the social media platforms, but this isn't efficient and you won't see posts that didn't tag your business's social media profile. You can instead use a social media listening and engagement tool that aggregates all your social media platforms or mentions and messages, including posts that didn't tag your business's social media profile. And the next here on the list is analytics. Along the way, whether you are publishing content or engaging on social media, you will want to know how your social media marketing is performing. Are you reaching more people on social media than last month? Or are you making more sales from this post? Or how many positive mentions did you get a month? And lastly, how many people used your brand's hashtag on their social media posts? So the social platforms themselves provide a basic level of such information. To get more in-depth analytic information or to easily compare across social media platforms, you can use the wide range of social media analytics tools available such as a buffer analyze. So you may want to search that on Google now. Buffer analyze means lets you track your performance, analyze your post, and report your results. And the last here on the list is advertising. When you have more funds to grow your social media, an area that you can consider is advertising. Social media ads allow you to reach a wider audience than those who are following you. And this advertising platforms are so powerful nowadays that you can specifically or choose exactly who you want to display your ads to. Target audiences based on their demographics, interests, behaviors, and more. So later I will just show you our Facebook page and what I exactly mean on this part. All right, let's proceed to the next slide. Right now, I will introduce you to the 8 kinds of social media marketing. First is the social network. How can they benefit your business? So it lets you connect with people, market research, brand awareness, lead generation, relationship building, and customer service. Now, let us count the ways market research, brand awareness, lead generation, and so on has helped us. The list is pretty much endless now. However, I just posted the most important things. Social networks, sometimes called relationship networks, help people and organizations connect online to share information and ideas. While these networks aren't the oldest types of social media, they certainly define it now. These channels started as relatively simple services. For example, Twitter. It was the place to answer the question of what are you doing? And Facebook was where you might check the relationship status of your cute economics classmate. So, and even before that, there was also Friendster. However, that website died when Facebook came in. So before, Facebook was just checking your crush's profile or checking something or posting how you were feeling. And Twitter was the website or the site where you express your feelings where no one would actually care and there are no filters. So you can post whatever you want there. However, right now, Facebook has let us do marketing, such as the marketplace, or lets you manage a page, or lets you manage a gaming page. So it has evolved through times and through the needs of the people. And right now, the Twitter, before you can always you can rant or answer questions or just post anything that you want to say. However, right now you might also find the hashtags like let Lenny lead or let Rastaman lead or let Bongbong Marcos or let BBM lead. So they are marketing those people to be our president or sometimes product that they find very helpful to the citizens. All right, let's proceed to the next type of social media. Right now, it's the media sharing networks to find and share photos, videos, or live videos and other media online. So examples are Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube. Before, we only want to see pictures or short videos in Instagram. Right now, when you scroll up or down, you will see Lazada advertisements or Shopee advertisements. For example, you search on Google. Basically, you're logged in to your Google account. You will search a computer part, for example, a 2060 video card. Eventually, when you browse your Instagram, when you scroll down, you will see a Shopee post containing the 2060 video card for sale. And if you click that, it directly leads you to their shop on Shopee. So before, it was always picture and video. Right now, it includes marketing. And moving forward, discussion forums. Well, in the Philippines, this is not used all the time. So some of you might be familiar of Reddit, and some of you might be familiar of Quora. Quora has educational posts or educational reviews, and Reddit has a lot of platforms covered. Sometimes NSFWs. If you don't know the meaning, that means the not safe for work type. And also, it has reviews of another person, another company, or a product that they don't want you to buy as well. So these discussion forums can benefit your business by excellently posting on the SEO for research. For example, reviews on this product. And eventually a Reddit website will pop up on that. And you click that and you might want to read the article. You may see a lot of people commenting and discussing about the product or helping another one to understand how the product works. And next slide is the bookmarking and content curation works. Some of you are also familiar with Pinterest, but this is not widely used, so I may not have to deal on this deeper, but it's just a tip of the iceberg. No? So this is to discover, save, share, and discuss new and trending content and media. So these are just like more pictures that are aesthetically good. Next is the consumer review networks. So this is to find, review, and share information about brands, products, and services, as well as restaurants, travel destinations, and more. So we don't usually use this because we have like the Facebook and the Instagram or their website directly, where we can see the reviews of other people. However, before, for the old school social media marketing, this were the top applications or websites that we need to go to in order to know what we are gonna be dealing with if we purchase their products. And the next slide here is blogging and publishing networks. How can they benefit you? Content marketing can be a highly effective way to engage with your audience, build your brand, and generate leads and sales. So, blogging and publishing networks give people and brands tools to publish content online in formats that encourage discovery, sharing, and commenting. These networks range from more traditional blogging platforms like WordPress and Blogger to microblogging services like Tumblr and interactive social publishing platforms like the Twitter. If your promotion strategy includes content marketing, your business can gain visibility by keeping a blog. A blog doesn't just help increase awareness of your businesses and generate more engaging content for your social channels, such as Facebook. It can also help carve out a niche for your brand as a thought leader in your industry. And the second to the last here are social media shopping networks. So we are very familiar with Lazada and Shopee. So it helps you by posting your product, and also it allows you to receive direct comments when people receive their shipment. So how can they benefit your business? No, brands can build awareness, increase engagement, and sell products via new channels. So social shopping networks make e-commerce engaging by adding a social element. Of course, elements of e-commerce appear in many other types of social networks. For example, Pinterest features buyable pins, and Instagram provides the call to action tools in the form of Shop Now and Install Now buttons. Social shopping networks take it one step further by building their site around a focused integration between the social experience and the shopping experience. So, the most common thing that we find easiest to do is add to cart and payment method. For the other platforms, there are a lot of processes that we need to go to. Like we need to register our email every time we click the purchase on Facebook or Instagram. However, on this social shopping networks, once you're registered, all you need to do is browse a lot of stuff, add to cart a lot of stuff, and you just choose your payment method and eventually wait for your product to be delivered. So it's more focused on online shopping, just like how you shop on the physical shops of a store. All right, and the last here is sharing economy networks. This is to advertise, find, share, buy, sell, and trade products and services between peers. So for Grab, before it's just like cars getting you from point A to B, and also Uber. Right now, Grab has evolved from getting paid to deliver your food in your home. So they trade services, deliveries for money. So how can they benefit your business? If you happen to offer the kind of products or services traded here, these networks can be another channel for bringing in business. For example, if you operate a bed and breakfast, Airbnb is the most common thing that you use. So if you're familiar with this, if you travel abroad, you might want to use their application. All right, so with all those types, let us now ask the question, why is social media marketing important? So social media provides immense potential for businesses because consumers habitually log onto it daily and are exposed to companies. It also presents huge challenges for businesses. However, because it's an ever changing space that is extremely noisy and crowded, you need to first get attention and build awareness. Excuse me. If people don't know your business, they can't become your customers. Social media boosts your visibility among potential customers, letting you reach a wide audience by using a large amount of time and effort. And it's free to create a business profile on all of the media or social media networks, so you have nothing to lose. All you need to do is just post your product. So you don't eventually have to use a lot of money just to open up shop. And here's a fact, social media content gets attention. However, it's really easy for a consumer to become overwhelmed on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and other social media platforms filled with those noise from other companies trying to promote their brands as well. So, how can a company create relevant content in such a crowded space? Because on the online platform, you have a lot of competitors. There are a lot of products being posted the same as your product. So, malaki talaga yung competition. Some are posting low prices, and if your price doesn't attract a lot of people, then eventually your product will not be bought. So, this is where original content intersects with quality design between GIFs or GIFs, memes on Facebook or Facebook Live, and more. A content strategy has to be carefully thought out and executed. What message do your consumers or customers want to see? How are they going to identify with your brand? And what will get them to click on your post or comment on it to garner a conversation? So first, you need to define what you want to get out of social media to develop a social media strategy for brand awareness. And second is, do you want your new customers to discover your services? So you need to create an infographic which leads them to eventually know your product or shop at a very short time. And do you hope to bring more local shoppers into your stores? So you need to post a lot of engaging posts wherein you ask your customers questions on what are they are they are they hoping to find in your shop. So by keeping your strategy specific, you can determine which social media channels are best fit for your business. Second is communicate authority. Customers are increasingly savvier and more discerning about which businesses they support. Before making a decision, they'll do a quick search to browse your website and social media. Will they find an empty storefront or a rich source of information? So, setting up a robust profile that you update frequently with relevant content will build your brand's authority and make sure you make a positive first impression through social media, showing that your business is trustworthy, knowledgeable, and approachable. And you need to look for ways to demonstrate your expertise as a thought leader in your industry, like writing pieces related to your expertise or expanding on your company's mission by showing what your business offers and values. You will establish confidence in potential customers. And the third one here is show authenticity. Customers aren't interested in businesses that publish dry, corporate style social media posts. So, for example, this presentation that I did. So I intentionally did this so that you guys will be or will have an example or a glimpse of the dry corporate style social media or the corporate style media post. All right, so this one is kind of dry or boring because it's just a picture that has numbers and words on it. So it doesn't have any animation. So if we're just in the classroom setting, well, this would help a lot because you will pay more attentively to what I am saying. But if you post this on social media, no one would bother to read or even search the words in this picture. So you need to create a good picture or video to present to your customers. And the fourth one here is encourage engagement. Sometimes seemingly simple social media posts, such as one promoting a pair of shoes, can receive several likes, comments, and shares. People can ask strangers in the feed if they have received their shoes or how long the shipment took. And if they like them, you will easily gain another customer. And, huh? Nag-freeze. Why na ko ba?
No, sir, it's okay. We can still, Sir John.
Sorry. I thought
Yes, we
I
can hear
was.
you.
All right, all right. Because my colleague here told me that I freezed. It's okay. It's okay. All right. All right, going forward is grow affordably. Yes, social media isn't a place to be overly salesy, but after all, it's a marketing channel and you need not ignore the opportunity to make sales. Should it present itself or should it be sponsored on timelines, videos with cross channel retargeting, and shoppable posts are the mainstay of social media. So marketing costs add up and not every business can afford huge campaigns, but you can get a lot of value for your peso with social media advertising. Your business, regardless of size or budget, has an opportunity to grow your audience and reach your objectives through ads on social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram. Even if platforms such as Instagram are primarily geared towards engagement, there are established ways to increase sales on them. So, most businesses are data driven nowadays. But social media isn't a set in stone science. For example, you can scroll by an ad that has a picture of a huge scoop of melting chocolate ice cream topped with a mound of whipped cream. So you may not think twice about it, but 3 days later, you may stop at Jollibee or McDo or whatever shop that sells ice cream because you were craving for an ice cream when you saw it 3 days before. So social media can contribute to the buyer's decision making process like that. So in what way social media affects our cognitive behavior or thinking? I mean, cognitive thinking. So, and eventually affects our behavior to buy something that we saw before. And the last here on the list is provide support. Social media platforms have successfully broken down barriers between companies and their customers. Now, instead of waiting on the line for a customer representative, many people will just turn into Facebook or Twitter to solve problems. Basic or most common example or experience that we all do is lining up on PLDT. So if you have a problem with your network connection or if you want a rebate on your bill, PLDT encourages you to go into their store in order to have a real-time assistance. Because if you make a call on the telephone, you probably will wait for around 2 to 3 hours for just a customer representative to help you. And the most common thing that we always experience is network loss or network connection loss. So if you have noticed, PLDT has already started their, or it has started already way before, the Facebook customer support, wherein you just comment and they will just reply to your comment to chat with a uh, a person on their messenger. So it's way easier than falling in line to get a real time result. So you can just like sit back and relax on your comfortable chair or bed and eventually just talk with the PLDT customer representative. So even if they have a bad service, people just tend to uh, to buy their product. It's because they have real time support now. Before, if you hate PLDT, you just go to Globe because they were the first ones to have like um, easy communication to their customer rep. Because like you can just email them directly, and somebody will reply to you after 5 minutes. However, to be honest, their connection is not that good compared to the LDT right now. But moving forward, let's proceed to the next slide. Um, the next slide that I will show you is a survey on what happens online in 60 seconds. Um, right now, it's kind of small on my presentation screen. However, let me just explain to you what the picture the what the picture here presents. So, wait, okay. So this picture actually presents how many people engages on the application in 1 minute. So for YouTube, before it was only 400, and eventually in 2019 it was 450, and on 2020 it was 500. For the email sent, it's way lower because to be honest, we don't receive a lot of emails from marketers nowadays because let's be honest with ourselves, we don't regularly check our emails, right? So like we only check our emails if it's related to our school. So right now we are in online school. Our teachers will just post an assignment, and if you happen to miss that email, then you will receive zero. Well, right now, well, actually, I often check my email because I am also a student like you guys. So if I miss one assignment, for example, it's a case assigned to us, I will eventually get INC. So you need to actually check your emails if it's school related. But For marketers, this is not an effective way because people can just set their settings to receive an email from a marketer or just go directly into the spam or just click the unsubscribe button. And for Facebook, people, um, this was taken last 2020 actually. 1.1 before, 0.97, right now 0.83, because more people tend to go to Google search instead of Facebook because like this is the go-to for marketers. 2020s, Instagram. This was early 2020s in the world. Instagram also 0.62, not that much. But for Twitter and others here, it shows a big impact on how many people are on it. So this is not just ano, 100. This is actually millions of people shown on the numbers. So with this much search and social media activity every minute, content shock will increase as a challenge for marketers in 2020 going onwards. So the 60 seconds infographic visualizes what happens in just 1 minute on the web. The number of Google searches, Facebook posts, and WhatsApp messages sent in a mere 60 seconds is phenomenal. They first created this infographic a few years, but they updated it for 2020. So if others wonder what is content shock, so this is an upward trend of content consumption that is not sustainable because every human has a physiological inviolable limit to the amount of content they can consume. And Sir Mark believed that as marketers, they have been lulled into a false sense of security, thinking that this consumption trend will continue to rise without an end. And that is not simply not possible. And I agree with that because if you find the post boring on social media, you eventually close it and just play a game, right? You go directly to ML or you go directly to Call of Duty. So, and if you're not bored anymore, you can go back to social media and start your scrolling. So, on the next slide, I will show you the internet users in the Philippines. So, there were 73 million internet users in the Philippines in January 2020. Internet penetration in the Philippines stood at 67%. Well, this is because of COVID, right? Um, Students were not present in their schools, so they tend to eventually go online. So social media users, so you may want just to read the slide here, and it's just a simple presentation on how we Filipinos tend to spend more time on the online platform. All right. Moving forward, common problems that digital marketing can solve, or social media marketing can solve actually. So if you ask yourself, you don't have a social media strategy, or I don't know why my audience, or I don't know my audience well enough to get started. So this one, to optimize your marketing strategies, digital is mandatory. Digital marketing can help you get to know your audience, learn important data about them, and provide metrics that will give your marketing team credibility. Getting to know your audience takes time, and while your marketing team may have developed audience personas that can be of use, consumers can actively spend online or consumers actively spending time online may not behave in the way that you'd expect. You'll need to test different language with different targets, keeping in mind that certain descriptors will appeal to different people and their place in the buying cycle. So attune yourself to your audience and you'll build credibility that will set you apart from the competition. And if you don't have, or if you don't know your social media strategy, regardless of whether you want to develop an organic social media strategy or a paid social media strategy, or a blend of the two, it's important to have some form of social marketing in place. While social media is excellent for branding and engagement, it can also be a useful channel for digital marketing advertisement. Find a niche and a consistent voice, be patent, and as your following or followers increases, the impact of your ads will increase as well. So for the traditional before, when you only use newspapers, calls on the cell phones or telephones, or send emails, or place an advertisement on TV, it will only reach its limit. People don't have, like some people don't have cell phones, or some people don't have telephones, or some people don't register or sign up for the daily newspaper being thrown in front of their doors, or some people don't have TVs. So it's not versatile. It's delayed, and it lacks real-time result, and it's quite expensive. For newspaper, you need to buy those things. You need to buy papers, inks, printers, people to pay. So if you want your ad to be advertised, you need to pay a lot of money on the company that excuse me, that produces newspapers. So it's really difficult to reach the target audience. However, if you go digital, the reach is maximum. You can reach a lot of people. There's like people who only have, like, for example, basic cell phones that can just reach the internet. When they browse Facebook, eventually they will just see your ad. It's versatile. It's commonly found on different platforms, like when you browse TikTok, even if it's like videos that you often watch, you might still see the products that you search on Google being posted there, or in Facebook. So every platform can link you to the product that you searched before, and sometimes you pay, and often it's free, and you will get a real-time result. All right, and for this one, easy to reach the target audience. Well, it's self-explanatory. If you have a product and if you wish to target the teenagers or the seniors, it will reach them directly. All right, so the benefits. You can target only the prospects most likely to purchase your product or service. It's more cost-effective than traditional methods. And social media marketing lets you outrank bigger players in your industry. But it does not happen all the time, and it is measurable. So for the first one, if you place an advertisement on TV, as I said earlier, it's very limited. While social media marketing, on the other hand, allows you to identify and target a highly specific audience and send that audience a personalized, high converting marketing messages. And for instance, you might take advantage of the social media's targeting features. I'll show you that later on our Facebook page. And ultimately, social media enables you to conduct the research necessary to identify your buyer's persona and lets you refine your marketing strategy over time to ensure you're reaching prospects most likely to buy. And best of all, social media marketing helps you market to subgroups within your larger target audience. If you sell multiple products or services to different buyer personas, this is especially helpful. And for the second one here, it's more cost effective. Well, I explained that earlier, that if you want to place your ads on the paper, you need to buy their services. However, if you're going digital, if you work for a small business with a limited budget, you might want to try investing in social media blogging, or influencers, or SEO, like the three strategies that I mentioned in the first few slides, to give you high people or high traffic to visit your your shop or website with minimal spend. And for the third one here, digital marketing lets you outrank bigger players in your industry. So if you work for a small business, it's likely difficult for you to compete with the major brands in your industry, many of which have millions of peso to invest in television commercials or nationwide campaigns. Fortunately, there are plenty of opportunities to outrank those players through strategic digital marketing initiatives. For example, you might identify certain long tail keywords that relate to your product or service and create high quality content to help you rank on search engines for those keywords. So, Google doesn't care on which brand is biggest or Yahoo. Instead, these search engines will prioritize content that resonates best with the target audience. So, for example, if you want to buy Adidas, you type in the Google Adidas, it will eventually lead you to Lazada because of the ads that they posted. However, the Adidas website will eventually be posted there around the second or the third from the list. So Google doesn't care on which brand is biggest or if it's the company that sells it. So I don't personally follow any big brands on social media, to be honest, but I do follow influencers who will occasionally showcase products or services they like. If you work for a small to medium sized company, this could be a venue to consider. So, if familiar kayo sa front row, they actually hire those white influencers to market their products on YouTube or TikTok. So examples are, or isang example lang siguro ipakita ko, ang website traffic. So with digital marketing or social media marketing, you can see the exact number of people who have viewed your website's homepage. So by the way, the traffic that we mean here on the online platform is how many people have visited or clicked your website. It's not the traffic that we know na ang daming mga sasakyan na hindi tayo makagalaw. So here, let me share the other, wait, Chrome tab, hold on. All right, no. Ito. Wait. Yung Facebook din naglo-load. Teka lang, i-refresh. Okay, interacting as the ICT perfect. All right, can it be seen on our I think it's not being shared on the stream. Oh, all right, there we go. All right, here, no? See? Facebook Analytics, the basics only. It will, oh, you cannot see the mouse. I thought you can see the mouse. All right. So here, let me just, perfect. All right, so you see that reach more people with this post. You could reach up to 1,843. So it's for you to buy though. But if you go here, let's just click this. No. It's here. Add choices. It's a very little thing, no? So there, you just need to read this and you just need to click that in order to wala ka pala kaming advertisers. Di kami nag-purchase, sorry. So, if ever, if may nag-purchase kayo ng product ng Facebook, no, to let more people see your post, eventually, Facebook will help you find the target audience. Let me see. Let's go back na lang sa ano. Let's see. Teka Teka lang yung Facebook natin na Let me to my homepage. See your page. So going back, eto. So I can see Facebook offers me to make this post reach a lot of people because this is very limited because our followers are around like 13,000. So it's only around region 6 and a few people from other regions checking us. So you see every post that we have coming from our page, not the shared ones, we'll see here. You will see that they offer us to boost posts. So if we click this, all right, eto na. Ayan. So no. Actually, managing a page on Facebook is way better than posting your product on the marketplace. All right, so you can see there. So you can just choose the special ads to be posted on other people. And if you post those ads, you can also change this one. This is an interaction to the people who will click your advertisement. So since we are an informative page, we have a greeting, hi, please let us know how we can help you. However, if you post or sell a product online, you just need to change the page. And here, this is what we talked about earlier. You can change your audience or their target audience. So for example, I will target the people who had registered their birthdays within the range of 18 to 30. So Facebook will potentially reach 49,000 people since our audience is defined. However, if we move it up, it will reach 86 million people. And if we move it to the bottom, the 13, the age 13, we'll eventually reach a lot of people. So see, you can choose those detailed targeting. So you can target people from Metro Manila or other pages. So I don't know if all of you are familiar with this now, but this is just me showing you an example. If you are planning to do Facebook or the social media marketing on Facebook. And yes, cancel. So no. So if we are planning to buy this ad will run for 7 days. And it will only reach 803 to 2.3 or 2,300 people, and the price is for 7,000. However, if you want to change that, this is how it will cost you. 20,000 for 23,000 to 66,000 people per day. So this is for 7 days. So you see how it's expensive. However, I would just like advise you to just go with the free option, like where you can post freely and just target small people, and eventually your customers will just build up. However, since this is an informative page, we cannot further discuss marketing on this one. It was just an example if you are planning to do social media marketing on Facebook. All right. Let me share my slide again. Let me stop this one and share the other one. All right, hold on, guys. All right. So that was for website traffic. You can use the analytics on Facebook. Now, going forward, let's focus on what type of digital content should I create. So the kind of content that you create depends on your audience needs at different stages in the buyer's journey. So let me show you examples. However, let me explain this one first. On a basic level, your online content should aim to help them meet these goals or their goals, I mean, and overcome their challenges. So if they have the challenge of going to a shops because they are quarantined, you only need to order some or like help them in the buyer's journey by letting them purchase your product, asking them on how you want it to be delivered. Because like if you like right now, an example would be Food Panda. You can choose the rider to just hang your food in your gate or like contactless delivery. But make sure that you don't choose the like the payment, like I mean the payment face to face. So you just need to pay on the card. Hold on. All right. So let me show you the next slide, like to have a better glimpse of it right here. So for example, I screen capped a Facebook post on the marketplace. So since I screen capped this last spike of the COVID cases, no? Like when we were placed on ECQ, where a lot of us were not allowed to go out of our homes. However, I did not expect to see this one because we often go to marketplace or to the marketplace to buy these things or these products, potatoes, onions, eggs, um, these wet market products. However, this guy here posted the prices and the products that he had. So this is a good way of getting customers for in the online platform because you have no customers going to the market because of the ECQ. So I eventually scrolled down and checked the comments and seen that a lot of people were actually inquiring on how to get them or how to purchase them. But this person has a motorcycle, so he delivered it in their to their houses. So this is the awareness stage, wherein you post your product, like for the published content, and wait for people to browse your product and engage you, like sending you a message of HM or pabili nga ako ng 10 kilo ng kamote. I don't know what will you do with the 10 kilos of kamote, but that's how people do it. So for the next one here is infographics. So this one is located in Iloilo. Before, it was not posted. However, since they also received a low number of customers, they eventually posted this one. So the Plazuela Dos is near SMCP. So they have these people who opened up shop for the fish, pork, poultry products. So the result of this one is a lot of people have shared this because infographics are shareable, meaning they increase your chances of being found via social media when others share your content. So people after work go to these shops and buy their dinners or breakfast for tomorrow. So these are just like some examples, but let me show you the best one. This one is my favorite because like for me, my personal preference are videos, short videos or videos that are inspiring. So let me show you this one. Okay.
I always thought people were so cute when they have the little cheeks and they're like rosy, but mine are pretty plain. If I was gonna change one feature about my face, I would say that I would want fuller lips.
I'm definitely a person that looks tired when I'm tired, and when people say that, I immediately am like, oh man. I'm starting to already get little crow's feet and stuff, which like my mom has, so yeah.
I'm a forensic artist. I was trained at the FBI Academy in 1993 in composite art. Worked for the San Jose Police Department as the police artist from 1995 to 2011.
We didn't really know what we were doing, so that was nerve-wracking for everyone.
I showed up to a place I'd never been and walked into this big warehouse. And at the very end, there was a guy with his back to me with a drafting board.
I had a curtain separating me so that I don't see him. We'll begin. First of all, tell me about your hair.
Brown, long, I guess a little bit past my shoulders.
Your jaw.
My mom told me I had a big jaw. Yeah, they're brown eyebrows, dark brown eyebrows.
Okay.
I didn't know what he was doing, but then I could tell after several questions that he was drawing me.
Tell me about your chin.
I guess I haven't really compared it to anyone else's chin, but especially when like I smile, I just feel like it kind of protrudes a little bit.
What would be your most prominent feature?
I kind of have a fat, rounder face.
The older I've gotten, the more freckles I've gotten.
You sort of realize, oh man, now I have to talk about myself and think about my looks.
I'm 40, so I'm starting to get a little bit of the crow's feet thing going on.
Once I get a sketch, I say thank you very much, and then they leave. I don't see them.
I still didn't know. All I had been told before the sketch was to get friendly with this other woman, Chloe.
Today I'm going to ask you some questions about a person you met earlier, and I'm going to ask you some general questions about their face.
She was thin, so you could see her cheekbones. And her chin was a nice, thin chin.
The women were really critical about moles or scars or things like that, and yet they were describing just a normal, beautiful person.
She had nice eyes. They lit up when she spoke and were very expressive.
The length of the nose, what is that like?
Short.
Short.
Yeah, cute nose.
Her face was fairly thin.
She had blue eyes, very nice blue eyes.
Okay. So here we are. So this is your self-described image. And then somebody else described you and I did this sketch.
I have this whole thing about having dark circles and crow's feet around my eyes, and that was not part of the sketch at all that the stranger did. The stranger's was a little more like gentle.
It's pretty different. Just very strange. She looks closed off and fatter. She just looks kind of shut down. Sadder, too. The second one is more beautiful.
You think they're catching more of that from you?
Yeah. She looks more open and friendly and happy. I've come a long way in how I see myself, but I think I still have some way to go.
I have some work to do on myself.
Do you think you're more beautiful than you say?
Yeah. Yeah. Chloe's perception was so clearly different. Her picture looked like somebody I thought I would want to talk to and be friends with, like a happy, light, much younger, much brighter person. It's troubling. I should be more grateful of my natural beauty. It impacts the choices and the friends that we make, the jobs we apply for, how we treat our children. It impacts everything. It couldn't be more critical to your happiness.
Our self-perceptions are generally kind of harsh and unbecoming when really that's not how the world sees us. We spend a lot of time as women analyzing and trying to fix the things that aren't quite right, and we should spend more time appreciating the things that we do like.
All right. So that is one of my favorite videos or example of the awareness stage from our social media marketing topic, because this powerful video barely mentioned the soap that they are selling, right? So this is an excellent example of what marketing content will look like when you know your audience intimately by knowing them to be women and or real women. Dove was able to start a movement. So they built up the confidence of women all over the world. In fact, this video has reached over 68 million views on YouTube because the video inspires women to look at themselves positively. And if you freeze ako. Oh, okay. Let me wait. Does the slide, is it okay? All right, perfect. Okay. Wait, I think we have a connection problem. However, wait. Ma'am, is it okay na? Freeze, but then.
All right, so we have a problem with the connection from the end of Sir Lauren right now. But actually, sir, we can hear you. We can just hear you, but we only have problem with your video. So, all right. So we have a lot of questions actually right now for our open forum. So keep those questions coming, and we really love to hear from you, or what do you want to learn about social media marketing. Later on, our speaker will entertain and will answer all your questions. All right. So I know that you have learned a lot already from Sir John, from the 5 core pillars of social media marketing down to the 8 kinds of social media marketing and a lot more. So I guess Sir John is already ready. Sir John?
Hi, ma'am. Hello? Hello? Is it good? All right, perfect. All right, so going back, that was a very good example of how they produced their video and encouraged women all over the world to be confident with themselves. So, subtly, in a subtle way, they actually sell their product, the soap, to instill in your minds that if you use Dove, you will be confident, you will be beautiful. But without barely mentioning it, it has garnered a lot of viewers on YouTube. So let's proceed to the next slide, which is I've seen a question like related to this one. All right, next slide. This is the decision stage, which is the reviews on your posts. So having reviews on your page or post can be an effective form of content for those who are ready to make a purchasing decision, as it helps you to positively influence their decision. So if you go to Lazada or Shopee, you will eventually see the websites being rated to be trusted, or trusted sites or trusted shops. And in order to make sure of that, you need to check the comments. So for example, eto, maganda po yung quality, ang sarap gamitin, maganda rin yung packaging, natagalan nga lang dahil sa COVID. Kasi pang regalo niya daw sa mahal niya. Kaso break na sila nung dumating. Pag-aaralan ko na lang tugtugin para sa susunod kong mamahalin. So, you might see these comments, but these are actually real comments of people engaging onto your shops. However, this seller's response is quite boring. He will not gain another um, customer who would prefer to be engaged on communicating with the seller. However, he will actually gain another customer if the customer only likes the product. So the response of the seller was only just thank you for your support. Look forward to your next visit. This is just an automated text message set by the seller in order to reply to the customer. You can set this on a page that you manage. And for this one, actually this one is so small on the presentation screen, but let me just read to you the comments. So wait lang. Actually, it's small on my screen too. But on my other slide, this one is actually big. The comment was, he said there, like in our language here or on our dialect, in Hiligaynon, he said like, priska gid na ding ilang mga produkto. Ang baboy priska, ang isda priska. Wala. So, in Tagalog, yung products nila ay fresh. Taglish na lang pala. Taglish. Sorry. All right. So, going to the next slide, moving forward, we will discuss on the applications that you will use for social media marketing. These are the ways on choosing the best social media platforms for your marketing strategy. So, Facebook. It is casual, a friendly environment that requires an active social media marketing strategy. So you need to start by creating a Facebook business fan page, just like we did, but we made it to be an informative page. So Facebook is a place for people to go to relax and chat with friends. So keep your tone light and friendly. And remember, organic reach on Facebook can be extremely limited. So consider a cost-effective Facebook and ad strategy. Ad advertisement, which can have a big impact on your organic Facebook presence as well. So you might notice sometimes the products that are posted on Facebook have memes on it. So ang Koi Herbal Capsule, like that one stuck on my head for a long time already, because it's funny. Like there are some pictures that depict a person who is touching his knee and drinks or consumes the coy herbal capsule, and eventually he can walk straight, not with the limping pose. So it's kind of funny because it's just an herbal capsule, but it's preferred by most of the people who experiences arthritis because it's cheap, it's budget friendly, and people can buy it directly on like in the pharmacies. Now, moving forward, so since you know that Facebook is casual and a friendly environment, all you need to do is use the free post. You don't need to actually buy that. Like for me, I don't suggest buying that advertisement for 700 in order to just reach like 2,300 people. All you need to do is just gather like 10 to 20 persons and eventually let them review your page. And your page will just be shared and eventually become famous. And just do Facebook lives to market your products. Have you seen the famous Facebook live video wherein he was selling t-shirts, shoes, clothings. However, one customer asked, "Sir, may hollow blocks ba? Sir, may mga iba't ibang bagay na hindi naman binebenta." However, that Facebook live or the person in that Facebook live was ready. He had a hollow block. He also had the caldero, the nails, and eventually that customer bought them all because he was a good customer and showed respect to the seller. And he met with the seller and bought it. And eventually that seller was like hit the trend and was eventually shared to a lot of people, and he gained more customers all over the Philippines. So it was just a free application of Facebook platform that he used and he got famous. So he received a lot of customers. And next is Pinterest. All right, perfect. Using Pinterest. All right, so this one is not my slide actually. It's them sharing me. So Pinterest is one of the fastest growing social media marketing trends. Pinterest image-centered platform is ideal for retail, but anyone can benefit from using Pinterest for social media purposes or sales-driving ads. Well, to be honest, we don't use this in the Philippines, or only a limited number of people are using this application. So we need not to deal with this. But I only gathered this because of the research that I did, that it was one of the most effective ways for social media marketers in the world. All right, let's proceed to the next slide. Using Twitter for social media marketing. Okay, perfect. Twitter for social media marketing lets you broadcast your updates across the web. Follow tweeters in your industry or related fields, and you should gain a steady stream of followers in return. So make sure that you make your hashtag trend. But right now in Twitter, the common hashtags are right now it's all politics. So it's not the best time for you to make a marketing post there with your hashtag. So in order to do online marketing or social media marketing, you need to find the right timing or the right persons. And the right persons whenever you post your content. So I mentioned that earlier. timing is also a key to social media marketing. And the next one here is YouTube. YouTube is the number one place for creating and sharing video content, and it can also be an incredibly powerful social media marketing tool. Many businesses try to create video content with the aim of having their video go viral. But in reality, those chances are pretty slim. Why? Because if your content is just general like the others, it would not gain more views. But if you make interesting videos which are unique, then you will eventually gain videos. Some go down the bad way, but still, it's still social media. So if you go down the bad way, you will still go viral. But if you go down in a good way, make sure you use a strategy, because going down the bad way, it's just easy. Some more people will eventually post on what you did bad online. So let's take an example. Boy Tapang. Boy Tapang was his name. What was his name? But basta it includes the word tapang. He ate lizards, poops of cows. So he gained a lot of viewers and eventually marketed his products. He has t-shirts and everything, or others. All right. So next one is Instagram. So while Facebook is the mind blogging, it has a mind blogging numbers of users, but it is undisputedly the king of social media. However, for Instagram, this is the way of people sharing their pictures or videos to people with great captions. So if you have great captions and a picture that is aesthetically good, you will eventually gather likes and comments from the viewers. So Instagram now boasts more than 500 million monthly active users and commands one of the highest audience engagement rates in social media, 58% higher than Facebook and 2,000% higher than Twitter. Instagram is, of course, a very image and video heavy. As such, sellers of products that are visually appealing or who are able to incorporate visual media into their campaigns tend to perform best on this social media channel. It is also worth noting that Instagram's users base skews heavily to the 18 to 29 range and slightly more toward females and minorities. So this is from the teenagers to the middle-aged people, wherein they still have time to enjoy their habits. So unlike organic posts, Instagram ads can be made to link directly to a product page or other landing page, allowing for direct engagement with your products. So that's why when you browse your Instagram or scrolling down, you see Lazada shops or Lazada ads. And if you click that, it leads you directly to the application. So with all these things, you may ask, how should you do it? So first, define your goals. When you're first getting started with digital or social media marketing, it's critical you start by identifying and defining your goals, since you'll craft your strategy differently depending on those goals. For instance, if your goal is to increase brand awareness, you might want to pay more attention to reaching new audiences via social media. Alternatively, perhaps you want to increase sales on a specific product. If that's the case, it's more important you focus on search engine optimization and optimizing content to get potential buyers on your website in the first place. Additionally, if sales is your goal, You might test out the pay-per-click campaigns to drive traffic through paid advertisements. Whatever the case, it's easiest to shape a digital marketing strategy after you've determined your shop's biggest goals or your product's biggest goals. Second, identify your target audience. So just like I showed you earlier, you can choose the target audience or the range of the ages that you want to for people to see. So we've mentioned this before, but one of the biggest benefits of digital marketing is the opportunity to target specific audiences. However, you can't take advantage of that benefit if you haven't first identified them. Of course, it's important for you to note your target audience might vary depending on the channel or goals you have a specific product or campaign. So for example, sa Facebook, it's more on memes, funny posts, um, informative posts. So it's just casual. Like people tend to share though memes or funny videos. However, if you're in Instagram, people will just find the most appealing picture to their eyes and hit like. If they share it, it will lead them to share to Facebook. They cannot share that picture on their on their profile, but it will lead them to share to Facebook. So in Instagram, it's more of a personal profile that you build there, unlike Facebook, wherein you can build your shop or your product by letting people share those things. So if you have identified your target audience, make sure to always make a content that is appealing to the eyes, because eventually you will gather a lot of audience. And next slide, wait, it's not moving. Oh, all right, there we go. The third one here is establish a budget for each digital channel. Well, for me, I would suggest no, don't buy the ads first if you're just starting. Because as with anything, the budget you determine really depends on what elements of digital marketing you're looking to add to your strategy. If you're focusing on inbound techniques like SEO, social media, and content creation for a pre-existing website, the good news is you don't need very much budget at all. With inbound marketing, the main focus is on creating quality content that your audience will want to consume, which, unless you're planning to outsource the work, the only investment you'll need is your time. So if you're just starting your business, all you need to invest is your time. Don't invest money yet. You need to gather customers first before planning to buy those advertisements offered on the website. So just for an example for this article, to implement the pay-per-click using Google Ad, you will bid against other companies in your industry to appear at the top of Google search results for keywords associated with your business, depending on the competitiveness of the keyword. So this can be a like a reasonable option for you to buy. However, it might be affordable or extremely expensive. So this is one of the things you might want to consider if you want to buy their advertisement. Next is strike a good balance between paid and free digital strategies. A digital marketing strategy likely needs to be both paid and free aspects to truly be effective. For instance, if you spend time building comprehensive buyer personas to identify the needs of your audience, you focus on creating quality online content. And if you are using the paid advertising, then the results will come in quicker. However, you will expend money. And the next one is create engaging content. This topic I repeated this for a lot of times. So it is self-explanatory na people will tend to go to appealing contents or engaging contents. And next, why is it not? Okay, all right. Then the sixth here on the list is optimize your digital assets for mobile. So another key component of digital marketing is mobile marketing. In fact, smartphone usage as a whole accounts for 69% of the time. So yes. To be honest, like we cannot deny the fact that we spend more times on our cell phones rather than on the computers. For example, when we eat outside, we don't usually talk with our company or like our friends or the persons beside us, but we see a lot of people just browsing on their phones. Like before, when this pandemic did not hit, when you go outside, like in a bar, you will see some people dancing on the dance floor. However, you will see some, like actually more people on the sides or sitting on the like in their chairs just browsing while talking. Some are even playing while drinking their drinks. So most of the time people will just tend to spend their time on their mobile. So if you want to market your products, make sure that it can also be accessible on their cell phones. Next one is conduct keyword research. So social media marketing is all about reaching targeted audiences through personalized content. So even if you don't have a full-time search engine optimization strategist, you still want to conduct keyword research. Try creating a list of high-performing keywords that relate to your products or services, and consider long-tail variations for added opportunities. So this one is easy because like if you want to share your product, just type or like input the keyword shoes so that it will be easily searched on the search engines. And the last thing here is iterate based on or based off the analytics you measure. So finally, to create an effective digital marketing strategy for the long term, it's vital for your team, I mean, to learn how to pivot based off analytics. For instance, you find yourself an audience isn't as interested in your content on Instagram anymore, but they love what you're creating on Twitter. Sure, this might be an opportunity to re-examine your Instagram posts as a whole, but it might also be a sign that your audience prefers a different channel to consume branded content. So if you're doing good on Twitter, you can take that advantage or you can take advantage of that to post your products. And right now, I will let I mean share this one. Actually, this is my colleague's page. So this is a very good way or an example, or this is a very good example on how social media marketing is done on Instagram. So can you see the slide? I mean the web page. All right. So this one it belongs to Jessa Temelo. She is my colleague here. She is also a training specialist one. However, she has a page that she manages. So see, she made this page. Gans Temelo. If you want to purchase some of her products, you can just follow her on Instagram. So, Ma'am Jess, care to share your strategy and like how these pictures are very good? What filters do you use or what backgrounds? So these are her products.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir John. No? And good afternoon to everyone. Before anything else, I would like to thank Sir John for showing my page because this was just a last minute. Turn on. Wala pa video ko. Is my video on already? Okay, wait.
Well, right now, to be honest, we are experiencing a lot of technical issues and we are already in overtime. But to be quick, let me just ask some questions to Ma'am Jess now. Ma'am Jess, how do you know video? Ah, wait, but can you speak?
Can you hear me, guys?
Wala.
Oh, it's okay. You can hear me, guys.
All right, all right. Now we can hear you, ma'am. All right, so
Okay.
how like what filters do you use in this
Oh, they can see me
images?
now, Sir John. They can see me now. Oh, so you can see me now, ma'am, sensors? Okay. Okay, thank you. I'm just gonna make this quick na lang siguro, no? Okay,
No,
just
no,
a quick
sige.
explanation of the page because this was just a last minute collaboration. Okay, so let me quickly talk about the overview of this small project that I had. To start, let me clarify that I have no or zero background in marketing. So this was only made use of what I know and what I have familiarized of using. So that is the social media. Okay, so during the pandemic, there were major adjustments that we had to do or that we needed to do to accept and to adjust, especially in the financial aspect. Na? So I thought to myself, what can I do to gain income at the same time doing something that I like and something that others might find interesting? I know it's a bit idealistic, but that was my goal before creating this page. So I reviewed my skills and I came to the conclusion that maybe I can use this skill that I know, which is crochet. So just a quick background. A crochet is using or creating works using a hook and a string or a yarn or any sort of string that you may find or you may utilize. So that is what I did. Although I started crocheting in 2014, I created this page that you can see. It's Ganchimelo. I created this in June of 2020. So it was just last year o yung kasagsagan ng ating pandemya. Okay, so ganchimelo is a play of words on ganchillo, which is crochet, and temelo, which is my last name. Okay, so I noticed that in my area here in Iloilo, there are only a few or none people or zero people engaging in this type of business selling handmade crochet stuff. So I took this opportunity to start a small business. It's actually really small, as in super small lang po ito. And I had limited marketing strategy. So I opt to utilize them, especially those na free. And I took this opportunity to use these kinds of free marketing strategies like Instagram, Facebook, and the most traditional one, which is the word of mouth, or the support from my friends or the support of my families. So luckily, I started marketing them to my family and to my families and my friends, and they bought naman the products that I started making. So aside from that, one thing that I would always ask them to do is to promote my products, because I will tell you guys, promoting by means of posting it into your profiles or posting it to your feeds or creating stories and tagging my page to your stories really increases the exposure of the store or the product. That in itself is a marketing strategy, no matter how small or simple the way that it is utilized. So also using these free platforms, I would use hashtags in my post. Normally, I use generic tags like hashtag crochet, hashtag Philippines to capture a wide audience. But then I slowly integrated more specific ones like hashtag Iloilo business, hashtag local business, hashtag small business, or hashtag Ganchillo PH, etc. So these hashtags are also great marketing strategies because they concentrate posts into specific categories. And when people usually click on these type of hashtags, there's some kind of algorithm that would expose the profiles to a lot more posts with these types of hashtags as well. So it kind of attracts people to these kinds of items with just one click of a hashtag. So it's a good use of this kind of strategy. Also, I usually call my business or this business as my passion project, because one of my goals for this business is to create a significant impact even through the smallest means. So one of my proudest feat in using my project as a platform is creating a drive called Coasters for a Cause. So Sir John, if you can see through my page and click the one with the dog, yung dog coasters po ba, Sir John? Kindly look for it. I think sa baba pa yun. Yun. The one na parang dog sa side sa side. Sa dalom na sa kilid sa may number wala, Sir John? Nan. Ang sa tupad yun ang sa right. Ang sa right, yeah. Dalom sina. Nan, correct. So these are the dog coasters that I made for a Coasters for a Cause, and 100% of the proceeds were allotted to animal welfare groups in charge of helping sheltered animals, especially those who were affected last year sa typhoons of Ulysses and Rolly. I think it was in November 2020. So to show you, I created these four coasters in a set, which I sold for 200 pesos, and all the proceeds were divided into the three um beneficiaries that tends to animal welfare. So kindly click the left arrow button, Sir John. There, you can see that the accumulated assistance that I gained from this kind of drive is a little over 13,000. So it was divided into three beneficiaries: the Animal Kingdom Foundation, the Passion Project, ganun. Okay, so all these I've done through the free platforms like Instagram and Facebook, because this was shared during those times, because it has created an impact, especially to those who were in desperate needs, which were the sheltered dogs and the people or the volunteers that tend to these animals. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you need to spend so much for ads or for other promotional materials to increase your sales. You just have to work smart and make use of the resources that you already have. And it's a big factor that you have supportive families and friends who constantly share your products and your purpose, especially in social media. So, especially in this pandemic, we cannot easily go out and process everything. We can just utilize these digital platforms to our benefit, no? So, as of this point, as of today, Ganchimelo is on IG and on Facebook, and now it is on Shopee. So, a year after my start of this business, I have also registered it under DTI without leaving the comfort of my home. So, I just applied through DTI online. And it was just an easy process. It took me about half a day lang siguro na because it was fast and everything was just online naman. So, my advice to everyone who wants to start a small business is first you have to know your goal. What is your drive? What is your purpose? What is your passion? Because you are not only convincing or passionate of what you sell if you are not convinced with yourself of the products that you sell. So, hindi ka makaka-sell ng gusto mo, either product or services to others if you are not convinced or passionate of what you are doing. Okay, so that's one. Next is to utilize the resources that you have. You have to use social media and you have to use it responsibly. You can use these digital platforms which are free and accessible to everyone, and it's easy to use, no, because it's just there. You can work on it while you're sitting on your couch, when you're lying on your bed, or bisa nasa CR kayo, naliligo kayo, you can use your social media. But you have to use it responsibly. You can create witty content, you can use attractive colors, you can use catchy phrases to engage your audience. And usually, when I post, I make sure that it is relatable, especially to the events or holidays, or to, let's say, social issues that can increase the relevance of your products. I've made several products that are related to Mother's Day. So I created some flowers na ganyan. Those are bookmarks. This kind of a bouquet alternative to flowers that we usually buy during Mother's Day, and they are wilting. So these kinds of flowers, they would stay forever and you can use them as bookmarks. So another thing is to always give back. That is one of my values in creating this passion project, is to always give back, because I usually hold giveaways to my consumers, because without them, no, without them and their support, I would always be halfway of my success in this small business. So a big chunk of what I do is because of the support that I get from the people around me, and regardless if they bought or not, as long as they have showed some support by sharing or marketing or just even giving me words of praise to motivate me to do what I do, it's still a huge contribution to the success of my small business. So with that, final word siguro, no, is to follow my page on Instagram and on Shopee. So it's Ganchimelo. You can see it in the page. If you're interested, you may like the post, you may share it. And if you have questions, no, let's start a discussion in small business. So thank you so much. And thank you so much, Ma'am Tina, for this opportunity. And then let's see for this platform to share one of my advocacies in the digital world. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you so much, Ma'am Jessa Timelo, and of course, Sir Lauren, for that very informative presentation. So let's now proceed to the open forum. Ma'am Jessa, you can actually join us later, or if you want to answer some questions as well, you can join us. All right, so let's now proceed to question number one. How can we, yes, the question, how can we verify the authenticity of products or services online? How do we avoid hoax or fake sellers like that?
Well, a very useful tip is to check out the reviews first, or to do your research first. Let me go to Lazada on the page. You will see. It's way better to view this on my cell phone because it's way easier. Because if you go to Lazada, you will actually see trusted or suggested sellers by them. Like, for example, you search Adidas or or kahit anong products dyan, you will see the best match, top sales, or the price range. And you can filter them. So, and if you see the 5 stars, that means that is a very trusted seller, or he sells or she sells legit products. So in order to know that they are legit, you just need to check out the reviews or the comments or how they engage their customers. Sometimes you might see one user there that comments the same thing. If you see that one, I suggest you back off that product because it's just the user using several accounts and commenting on his product. So that is not a very good seller. And if you want to know that the products or services are legit, you can actually see on, like for example, on Lazada, no, you will see how many things are sold. For example, I'm right now browsing on my phone. Like I searched for Adidas, and I see here Adidas Team Force Eau de Toilette, or this is the perfume that they are selling. It has 213 products sold. It has 5 stars, 48 comments. Unlike the other one that is selling the same product, it has 0 stars, one sold. Basically, maybe he bought it for himself, but it is his own. It is his own shop. So you can easily know the product or services that you are browsing is fake or bogus because of the reviews that they receive or comments that they receive. All right, so I think that answers your question.
Okay, so actually they have that preferred tab, right?
Yeah.
For the seller.
Yes, ma'am.
You're watching, or if you are browsing through Shopee or Lazada. So question number 2, can you suggest ways to boost to promote business social media pages includes this low cost and effective means?
Well, the most effective way, low cost, no? Well, you need to start small. Well, 700 is not that big, So it's affordable naman for us. So you can start with that. However, if you want no money invested on social media, which is the best way to go, because like you're just starting, so you need not to expend more money. So the best is by sharing,
Yes.
like promoting your page. Like for example, encourage your friends, family relatives, school nyo. Start with those things first. Share it to them, encourage them to share it, and like don't aim big first yet, right? Like for example, sa post kagina or kanina na nakita natin from Ma'am Jess, you see that her prices are very friendly or budget friendly, I mean. So like 200 200 is enough for this product. The talent, yung product, ang design, and ang ano tawag dito, yung time na si spend yan dito is just like a free giveaway na lang yan yung time. Kasi for example, she will tell you she will do it in 3 days and eventually she made it in 1 day. So you don't need to pay for that because like her prices are just like around that 150, 200. So it's budget friendly. So you need to start low by sharing, encourage others to share your page or family relatives to share your page actually, and tell them to like your page and post reviews. Reviews are important. So in order to boost or promote your business, make sure to engage your customers as well. So tatlo lang yan. Share, like, and engage.
Okay.
Yan lang.
All right. So thank you so much, Sir John. So question number 3, how do you deal with negative comments on your social media page?
Well, first, well, I worked before sa BPO company, no? We have this, protocol to follow. First is to hear your customers. Palabasin yung lahat ng galit or lahat ng masasamang salita. And then, reiterate what they said. Sir, so nasira ba yun? So, for example, sira yung product. Yung bike, example, yung nag-trending na bike na nasira yung handlebar. They asked first, they asked that what happened? What happened? Why did you experience that? And then reassure them. Like yung ginawa nila is to, like they said that the products that they produce are passed sa nagche-check. So it passed the standards of the bike. And if they investigate at nakita nila na yung product is damaged intentionally, they will not replace it. But if it was a manufacturer defect, then they will replace it. So that's how you will do it naman sa online. Kasi kung ako sa BPO dati, listen, say sorry or apologize, reassure them that you will help them. So it's kind of the same lang naman. So mula na.
Yeah, right. Mhm. So at least you show your sincerity. There are really problems with the product.
Yeah.
Question number 4, Sir Jan. Let's proceed to question number 4. Okay, so you mentioned the types of digital marketing. I am curious, where does Food Panda and Grab Food belong?
Kanina na include dun kanina sa Airbnb, like the Grab and Uber. They are called sharing economy networks. They sell you their service and you buy them by delivering and receiving your food. So that's it. Sharing economy networks.
Okay, so let's proceed to question number 5. What are the challenges when we do social media marketing? This is from Bobby Jean Basher, the Marketing Management Society President of Bacolod City College.
All right, so the challenges when we do social media marketing, skills and training, because it is time consuming, it has a high competition. So because like it's not just you selling those products online, there are a lot of competitors as well. Complaints, feedbacks, negative feedbacks, I mean, security and privacy issues. So like for example, no, if hindi or hindi pa legit yung website mo, you need to gain more positive reviews in order to support your security and privacy issues, because not a lot of people will actually place their address, their contact information on your web page, because we need, like if you're managing a web page or a shop online, you actually ask the consumers contact information, like their address, their credit card information. So these are just some of the challenges that you will face when you do social media marketing. Security and privacy issues, once again, complaints, negative feedbacks, high competition, and it's time consuming. So those are some of the answers.
Yeah, so I hope you get that, Bobby. Okay, so let's now proceed to the last question for today. Actually, this is not the last. We have a lot of questions, Sir John, but then we will just forward all your questions to Sir John through his email, and we hope to get his answers so we can forward it to you as well. So, okay,
using social media to market a product or business, what are the things I should consider? Bacolod City. What is the Bacolod City?
It was also explained sa slide, no? You need, like, in summary na lang, you should consider when is the right time to post it. Or also, you need to consider if your audience are seniors, middle-aged people, teenagers, or the young ones, or parents. So a lot of sectors that you will need to consider. But you need to identify your audience, your content, or your online content, and you need to know when it is the right time to post it. So those are just the three things that I would suggest that you should consider.
All right, so thank you so much, Sir John, and thank you for answering all the questions. And also, we would like to present to you, or anyway, before that, do you have any parting message to our viewers?
I'm really sorry if I have taken up a lot of time, no? Sorry, di ko kasi nakita kasi nagkakandak din ako ng webinar sa Zoom. So, I sometimes browse to the other window and like eventually like skip my script for the presentation. So that's why it took me long. So sorry guys if I took a lot of your time. But however, thank you for participating and attending the webinar conducted by NOLITC. Thank you, ma'am. And thank you, Doc Tina, for requesting the ICT to collaborate with you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, Sir John, and we are grateful enough for your time, for taking time off of your busy schedule to join us. We also would like to present to you our certificate of appreciation, and the certificate reads the Negros Occidental Language and Information Technology Center presents his certificate of appreciation to Sir John Lauren Pidienko for sharing his valuable expertise and knowledge as a resource speaker in the social marketing or social media marketing 101 webinar on October 13, 2021 from 2 to 4 in the afternoon. We will just send to your email the signed certificate, sir. Thank you again. Thank you so much. And of course, we would like to thank our participants for joining us today. So I have read one of the questions earlier. How can I enroll at NOLITC? Please send us a message through this platform or through our Facebook page, through our Facebook page, so we can answer to you and we will get back to you right away. Okay, so to end this webinar with a hopeful note, let us have the Provincial Guard Focal Point System in charge, Ma'am Marijan P. Castro.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you and congratulations to all involved in the conduct of this GAD webinar. To our resource person, we truly appreciate your sharing of your time and insights in today's episode of the GAD Webinar Series 2021, organized by the Negros Occidental Language and Information Technology Center. Our participants are indeed blessed and privileged to be able to hear your inputs. NOLITC is living up to its title as one of our GAD champions, a multi-awarded institution that not only inspires but also cares for the trainees and their families and the larger community as well. By coming up with this webinar, NOLITC has indeed recognized that all issues are women's issues, that the COVID-19 pandemic will not stop us from addressing issues that matters, especially if they affect our youth, our children, who are considered our future. We thank NOLITC for providing a safe way of educating our constituents. As the action officer of the Provincial GAD Focal Point System, I join my fellow GAD advocates in telling our young Negrenses that you are important, you are loved, not only by your family, but also by your provincial government. Thank you and congratulations to all. Avance, Negrense.
Thank you so much, Ma'am June. I hope you have filled out the attendance already because we have closed the link an hour ago after the start of the webinar. And so to start or to get your digital certificate, you also need to accomplish a digital or rather the evaluation form through the link provided in the description box, or you may scan the code being flashed on your screen right now. Please type in your name correctly as we will no longer cater change of names due to wrong spelling or of names. And also be careful with the spelling of your email address so it won't bounce back. In addition, be careful with the upper and the lower case as your with your email address because our system is case sensitive. So the evaluation site will be open until 6 in the evening. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This concludes our NOLITC Tech4ED Webinar 12, Social Media Marketing 101. Don't miss out on our webinar on October 14. That would be tomorrow. Introduction to Basic Adobe Premiere Pro, Part 1 with our speakers, Sir Ian, Christian, Antonio. See you the same platform that you are currently using. If you have registered, definitely you will receive a reminder through your email. So that's all for today. Stay healthy and stay safe. Always wear your mask, observe physical distancing, take your vitamins, and get plenty of rest. Of course, please get vaccinated. Knowledge inspire, knowledge cares. Avance, negrense.